Yeah, thank you very much, Odie, Pixel, and Gods. And indeed, it is Escape Gaming that 2-0s Vega Squadron here in the first series of day 2 of the ASUS ROG DreamLeague Season 6. Back here also with Jake and Ben.
Hello.
Oh,
No, we're over it. We're not doing it anymore.
I was really hoping for
Ben
it.
and Merlini, who? All right?
You're just changing it every day.
No.
I was like, Jake and Ben, that sounds like an adventure duo. Then I was like, oh wait, it sounds like Jake and Finn.
Yeah.
Okay, so the game was a little bit less exciting, I personally think, than the first game that we saw today, but still very convincing, and well, very convincing from Escape Gaming to come out ahead that way. And also with the Shadow Fiend, which was a hero that you weren't particularly convinced.
Well, you know, I'm an idiot. The Shadow Fiend, it takes a while to get off, but I can't believe I threw in with a Rubik team. I'm out of my goddamn mind. I completely forgot he was in that. So, yeah, I made the wrong-ass choice.
It was either Shadow Fiend or Rubik.
I mean, I'll go with Shadow Fiend every day, dude. He's got utility. He's all right, I guess.
You gotta choose one, and you chose wrong.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, man. Never again.
Never
Rubik,
again.
Never again.
Okay, so from here on out, your predictions are always going to be right.
Yes.
Rubik's
Rubik's on the team, I'm on the opposite team. But anyway, so why did they win that game? They had the Shadow Fiend. Not a lot of people pick them. That time, it worked out. So maybe we should find out.
Yeah.
Should we go into the replay?
We should go into the replay. Let's take a look at the clip selected here, as it is right now 33 minutes into the game.
I stood up a little hard and almost knocked Shiva over. Sorry about that.
All good. Watch the Slark hit coming in.
He's gone, dude. I watched it for a couple seconds.
No, he's going to come
there
around.
he is. There.
He's going to come around. So Iceberg, I mean, I think he had a pretty okay game.
Yeah.
It was all right. I think it was a difficult game because he didn't have that many partners to gank with. Like, Anti-Mage wants to farm, and Axe, like, they don't really have the greatest synergy in between these two heroes. But another relocate that just is... Yeah, that's the feeling I get,
That's
too.
not what you're really looking for, huh?
I mean, Anti-Mage was nice as well. He could pick off supports. That's the only thing he could do. He couldn't really kill off the Slark. Axe killed off the Slark a few times, but at some point, I mean, this is already 34 minutes into the game. At some point, Slark gets beyond that point where a Blade Mill, you know, it's great and it hurts a little bit, but he can still just deal with it. It's not that big of a deal anymore.
Here's Rubik. Great support, as you can see right
lifting.
here. Great lift there.
Yeah,
Does
amazing.
0 damage.
Yeah.
So, but
Their supports are just way too poor.
yeah. Well, you did call it. I mean, you called the Axe Slark thing. That was one of the only things
nice.
that worked.
But everything else was just like, okay.
Yeah, that didn't work at all. It was terrible. Well, you can tell, right? I mean, there's a reason people pick that non-a la carte Wisp.
As opposed to Yaps or Murana, which you can kind of they just fit into most lineups. And he was like probably double the net worth of both his supports combined
He was
on the
so
opposite
active.
team.
Like the first 5 minutes were like Yaps were everywhere. That's amazing.
I mean, that's something that he seems to do in every single game.
Yeah.
He just never stops. You ever have those nightmare pub games where there's always one dude you can never... Oh, no!
That's the call.
Ring a ding ding.
Well, I wonder who that could be.
Whoa.
Hello, Era.
Hello there.
Hey, congratulations on your series.
Thank you so much.
So I have a question regarding game number 1. I want to know, from your perspective, you were in TeamSpeak or whichever voice communication you use, and all of a sudden it was like an hour into the game, Coinfact gets jumped by 4 people at the same time from out of nowhere. What's your communication like at that point?
Okay, so we were almost ready for that fight. We knew that they were in the area, but we didn't know that they were up in the trees.
Okay.
So we were like smoking around just below, and just as we were like reaching towards the small camp there below, they jump on Max.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're going on me, they're going on me. We're like, fucking throw everything in there, you know. Luckily, Kezu gets a 3-man stun and the boat comes out. But I mean, it wasn't necessarily planned to go like that. We were going for more of a smooth, you know, smoke, trying to solve these kind of fight a bit of a smoother way, but it went a bit chaotic. Yap passed me the cheese, luckily, at the end of that fight. So, I mean, it ended being pretty good.
That's beautiful, man. Wow, sir, you guys are undefeated now. That is 4 games. That's 4K in the bank. Are you scared of anybody in this tournament? Who's going to break that streak? Who are you most spooked of?
I'm not scared of anyone, man.
Damn.
There you go.
Nobody? Come on.
No diggity, no doubt, you know.
Who do you think has who do you think has the best chance of taking a game off you in this?
It's hard to say. To be honest, I felt like the better teams that we've been scrimming were like VP, but we beat those guys 2-0. So I don't know. I can't really give you a team, to be honest.
That's good. That
I'm sure we're
confidence
gonna-
is great.
Yeah.
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 I thought he was going to go with a cop-out answer like, it would be ourselves.
Damn.
No, I'm not gonna go for something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, we're not really scared of anybody.
So I think in most of these games, it's we like your draft a little bit more. Going into the game, do you guys feel like, oh, we had the better draft? Are you in that sort of mentality, or are you always like, you know, feel like you're the underdog and you have to play really, really well to win the game?
I would not say that. Every time we don't really think we might have the better drafts. Like the first game, for example, it ended up being pretty hard because of the coddle, right?
Yeah.
So we played into a coddle Ags into late game, which is not something that you should do if you have the possibility to choose something else. So like in that game, for example, I think there's a couple of things that we might have been able to tweak in the draft. But I mean, we go into every game and every series with the mentality to just give it our all, you know, win this, you know, prove everybody wrong. Stuff like that. So we just always give our all in these games, but we always go through, like, after, even if we win or lose a game, we always go through like the negatives and the positives. So
That's
we try to cover everything.
some good dedication there.
Epic.
Now, this week you're not having any game anymore for DreamLeague. Next week your first game is up against the Lions. But what are you gonna do in between? What's on the escape agenda for this weekend?
Oof, that's a good question. I know that we got Friday off, so some free time there. Perhaps
Nice.
go outside, you know.
What?
Maybe something like that.
Outside?
Yeah, you know.
I thought you were
Yeah,
Swedish.
I am Swedish.
Yes.
And it's super cold, but you know you have to
Exactly.
sacrifice. Sometimes you have to sacrifice.
Okay.
That's the tough life. But I don't know. It's gonna be some scrims, Dota, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of Dota. We're just gonna keep practicing, and yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and hopefully you can also tell Yapsor that we appreciated his stream title today. It was brilliant, and maybe we'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Arrivederci,
Have a good
my
time.
friend. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
And that, of course, was Era from Escape Gaming, and I could barely hear the sound. But what?
Am I out of my mind? You guys heard that?
The music?
Goddamn memers back there. Damn you, production. How are we supposed to conduct serious interviews?
I'm happy Era didn't hear that. He didn't hear that.
I
did
don't
he?
think so. That's one of my
He did not.
favorite oldie time songs, dude. That one? It's great.
We are
couldn't
going to
quite
have a
hear it.
small break. And when we're back, we're here with another series with Vega Squadron. And this time they will go up against a Virtus Pro. So, you know, get yourself another soda or coffee or tea or anything like that. And we'll be right back with more entertainment for you guys. See you in a bit.